A fundamental principle of hotspotting is that infrastructure is one of the great wealth creators in real estate. New roads, new rail links, new hospitals, expansion of the local university, construction of a major power station. All these things create jobs and give impetus to the local economy. For these reasons, our most popular reports include the Transport Infrastructure Hotspots report and the infrastructure report that focuses on education and medical precincts. And now we have added an important new report to our stable, and one that is potentially the most dynamic of all, the Port report. This is the infrastructure report focused on regional centres with significant export ports. Australia is entering a new phase in its economic history, one that results from the changes in the world order and the need for resources by the new growth nations. It's not a boom, it's more long-term and sustainable than that. It's being referred to as the resources revolution. There are resources projects happening across Australia valued at $500 billion. These are dominated by projects developing iron ore, coal and liquefied natural gas resources. The vast majority of the processed product resulting from these projects is targeted for export. Many of the biggest projects are getting underway with everything they can produce for the next 10 or 15 years already sold to nations like India, South Korea, China, Japan and Malaysia. Because of the rising demand for our resources from growth nations, Australia's export port infrastructure is inadequate to meet this demand. And this is why $70 billion is being spent on developing new export ports or additional terminals at existing ports. This investment is not being focused on the ports in our capital cities. It's primarily directed at regional centres closer to the mining action. And that means multi-billion-dollar investments are being targeted on relatively small towns or cities in regional Australia. And this means thousands of new jobs and massive demand for housing accommodation in these locations. For these reasons, the port towns are shaping as Australia's new boom towns, the ones likely to show exceptional capital growth.